Hey guys, happy 2020! Little bit late on getting the vlog out, but you know, that's cool and all. Actually, no, I'd planned to do a whole heap and stuff, and the year just kind of already started getting away from you because, well, so that's a struggle, isn't it? Is that, you know, we say we're going to do all these things, and then things happen or we don't keep control of our time. And that's something actually that is, I think, time management is something that I'm very much still, you know, trying to learn. I've been trying to learn it my entire life, not very successfully, I would like to point out. But that is something that in this day and age, we have so many distractions from our activities or what we may focus on that it can be a real challenge. And you know, and in a sort of a side view, because I had not actually going to talk about this, but this is like a good conversation to have. There was this conversation I remember having a few years ago, how there was like this big spike in you know, these attention deficit disorder diagnoses, and you know, people are saying, oh, it's just drug companies trying to make money and whatever. And it's like, well, okay, yes, that possibly is part of it, because, you know, Big Pharma loves people when they're sick because it doesn't want people to be healthy. It doesn't want people to be fit and healthy and well because they make far more money with better people when they are sick. So, you know, the cynical side of side of people, and myself included, will sort of say, you know, there's all these diagnoses because people just want to sell more drugs because, you know, American healthcare system. Anyway, moving on. But then I think about it more, and maybe there's something to the way our society is at the moment, because it's not handling how we do things. And possibly this vlog may end very quickly, actually, because apparently I am about to run out of battery on my camera, so sorry in advance if this suddenly stops. But yeah, so it's sort of like the interesting thing of, you know, what is it? Is it a symptom or is it a consequence? Because, you know, this whole mindless scrolling sort of society that we have. And one of the things that I actually did at the start of this year is I actually uninstalled Facebook for a kind of interesting reason, which I think I'll cover off in another video. But, you know, I actually uninstalled Facebook from my phone for a month, and actually it was possibly the best month that I've had in quite a while, because I wasn't always looking at it, and it's a very interesting thing. And it's back on my phone now, but it is not easily accessible now, so I'm finding that I'm sort of trying to keep away from it, and I'm finding that, you know, not always getting more stuff done, but I find that I sometimes feel more productive. Last couple of days have not been so good. I'm still trying to sort of, because I'm trying to get a lot of stuff done at the moment, and I keep getting distracted by other things. But also that whole thing about, you know, I get a lot of, at the moment I have a bit of an existential crisis, maybe not existential, but definitely a financial concern crisis. And it's a real frustration for myself at the moment, because I see a lot of people have, you know, gone and done really good things and achieved things, and just basic things like, you know, owning their own home, or at least, you know, working towards, you know, well towards paying things off. And bit of a frustration because a third of my income now goes to just simply putting a roof over my head. Not power, not fuel, not power, not gas, not electricity, car, anything like that. It's just simply putting a roof over my head is 1/3 of my income. Which, by some vague economics that I remember from uni, that's a bad sign when 1/3 of your income is going on just putting a roof over your head. And I actually have it pretty good, considering that the rents in this area, the average rent is actually higher than that. And that's terrifying, by the way. That stat itself is terrifying. Anyway, and then the struggle that I have is that just trying to stay on top of things, and it's a little annoying because as a type 1 diabetic, this is one of those things that we talk about, the cost of diabetes. Now, even in Australia, where we have, and this is really interesting because of all the things happening in America at the moment, the whole concept of socialized medicine. So even as a diabetic here in Australia, it's not cheap. So yes, my insulin is a lot cheaper than it is in America. Yes, absolutely, I'll grant you that. Absolutely, it only costs me sort of 50. I think it's about $50-$60 a month is all my insulin scripts cost me. So I know I'm doing really, really well there, but it's all the other consumables that cost me money. So my CGM, this thing that I rely on so much to actually sort of know what my blood sugar is doing, and ever since I got it, my control of my diabetes is a lot better, which means that I am going to hopefully have fewer complications down the line, and I can keep being healthy. That costs me almost $200 a week, between the sensors that I have to replace weekly, the transmitter that I have to replace every few months, and the reader, and I have to replace every couple of years or so. It adds up, and it works out, as I said, about $150-$200 a week that I have to put aside just for those sensors. Now, that's not then including the cannula that I have to replace every 3 days. The finger prick test that I still need to do to calibrate the CGM, 2-3 times a day. More if the sensor starts playing up, as they seem to do at the moment for me. I'm on a bit of a bad trot with them at the moment. So it's really concerning that you look at this and I've sort of gone down this path because the frustration is that people sort of say, oh, but you've got it so well off, you've got sort of all this stuff. It's like, well, unfortunately, I still pay $200 a month in private health insurance that doesn't do squat. Like, it doesn't cover me for any of that at all. And the fact that I had to fight tooth and nail with them for them to honour their commitment to cover my insulin pump last year was not good. And that's the thing, is that, it's becoming the worst parts of the American system with none of the good parts. So, yeah. And I just wanted to vent that at the moment because, also going through doing things like trying to pay for a wedding this year and trying to look, immigration possibilities and stuff like that. So it takes a toll. It does. All right, I'm going to cut this vlog short. So happy first vlog for 2020. We'll be back for more because this battery is about to die and I want to try and get to a good one. So anyway, so happy 2020. First vlog, short one, rather rambling, but get used to it. I think there's going to be more of those this year because I think this vlog's going to come back to being what it started off being, which is a vent for me because there is a lot going on in this brain right now that needs to get out and it is driving me nuts. So, okay. All right. Okay, bye.